wrapped up in my sleeping bag, looking out the window at Aaron's house as the sun is beginning to creep over the horizon. And the trees are silhouetted black against the emerging blue sky with the fading stars up in the sky. And I think to myself how much I hate Aaron because he's got it fucking made with this fantastic house of his, this nice little piece of property tucked away out in the backwoods of South Dakota. God, I fucking hate him. I hope he dies. I hope he dies of syphilis. You piece of shit.
I take one day off to fly back to Vegas to do a little bit of work, and then a day off to go hiking with a buddy. All day hiking, 2 different hikes, cigars. It was wonderful. Donuts, pink box donuts. It was like Ferris Bueller's Day Off, except I'm 50 years old. And I come back, and I'm like, oh, man. What do we want to talk about? Feminism, Lilo and Stitch, where the sister goes to college and puts the kid back up for adoption at the orphanage. You can't anything that you girls can. You gotta do anything to go to college. I mean, dude, college is just throw away your family. It's just horrible. So this one was real interesting to me because I likes the internets and the economics, and I love the realm of the sexual marketplace because all of economics is built on sex. The few, I'm going to say it again. I'm going to say it again. Men, not all. We produce 70% of the world's GDP, or I'm sorry, America's GDP, 70%. About 85% of the stuff that matters. If you don't believe me, go get my book, A World Without Men. Men are basically the engines of economic growth. Oh, and we dominate in innovation and technological advancement. Please go get the book. It's Bureau of Labor Statistics. It's not me. It's not an opinion. Please go get the book. We run, the fuel that these engines run on is female youth and beauty. And this simple fact apparently has got all the economists who got their PhDs clutching their pearls. Oh! It's true. So I like when sexual economics, for lack of a better description, comes in. And Jeremy over at the Quartering had this one, and so I wanted to give due props because I tune in him so regularly. From Reuters, exclusive. What makes it an exclusive? OnlyFans owner in talks to sell investor group at about $8 billion value, sources say. OnlyFans owner Phoenix International Limited is in talks to sell the Nebraska-driven company to an investor group at a valuation of around $8 billion. 3 sources familiar with the matter told Reuters. The group is led by the Forest Road Company, a Los Angeles-based investment firm. Is that private equity? Are you going to make it go to shit too? Let me guess, bro. Cut the costs in AI and leverage, bro. We'll find out. Los Angeles-based investment firm. The sources said Reuters cannot identify the investors in the group. The investor group and current deal value have not been previously reported. OnlyFans, which exploded in popularity during the disease, is best known as an online platform that enables Nebraska creators, rhymes with corn. I don't get it. Dude, I keep saying, what's this Nebraska thing? What's this Nebraska thing? I don't get it. I keep saying corn. Can't you make the connection? Get 2 more IQ points. Make the fucking connection. Enables Nebraska creators to charge subscribers for content. OnlyFans takes 20% of creators' earnings. In the year ended November 2023, the company generated $6.6 billion in revenue. I love anyone who's going to try to argue with me that sex doesn't drive the economy. Go ahead. Tell me I'm wrong. Go ahead. According to a filing with British regulators, that is up $375 million in 2020. This rapid growth has attracted investor interest. Some executives at Forest Road were part of the special purpose acquisition company that was in talks to take OnlyFans public in 2022, according to sources and filings with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. OnlyFans and Forest Road declined to comment. One of the 3 sources and another source familiar with the sale discussion said Phoenix International Limited is also in talks with other potential suitors. Here's what's happening, and this isn't my idea or any kind of observation. Jeremy made the observation, made the point. the owner, I forget the guy's name, Phoenix International Limited, whoever the individual guy is that owns that. It's one guy. He saw AI come out recently. I've been getting like these. There was a video someone showed me, and it wasn't Nebraska. It was just this cute girl, and she's talking. He's like, "Hi, you know those girls you're talking to on the internet? Da da da. Well, you could have someone like me. This and that, that and this." And I'm like, someone sent it to me, and I'm like, "What? What?" And I'm like, "Okay, what's her point?" Well, it turned out not to be her. She was completely AI generated. Guys, I've trained my eyes to see it. Like if it's too good looking, it's not, if it's too good to be true, it's like, no, there's no blemishes. You look for the hands, that kind of thing. I couldn't pick it out. And the mouth was going with the audio. I could not discern. I couldn't. I'm like, holy cow. I didn't make the jump though. Like, yeah, this is going to replace OnlyFans. This is going to replace Nebraska. There will be no need for, dude, you just have to sit on one Fresh and Fit or one whatever podcast or the Access Vegas. You just have to sit in on one of those with very pretty girls to realize how irresponsible, unreliable, and what a royal pain in the ass it is to work with pretty women. I'm sorry. Yes, there are some pretty women who are responsible and show up on. I get it, but generally they have every guy want to fuck them, every girl want to be them. They never have to be responsible because there's always a simp to bail them out. And that's why dude, remember it was going back 2015, 2016, Captain's Quarterly. I want to do kind of a Playboy-esque kind of backup on my blog on a quarterly basis. I could only find one woman. If you're interested in hiring a responsible, attractive woman, I still have her contact information to show up and do a photo shoot. There was only one girl who could do it on time and responsibly. And the only problem is I can't have the same model all the time. So I had to go find but you can't. They don't get back to you. They're not responsible. They mar their body with tattoos. What do you think is easier to work with? A bunch of guys programming AI, and guys know what they want. They could get this fetish. They can get that motif. They could get this cliche or whatever. Guys are just, and nerdy guys too. They're going to program it. There's going to be drop dead gorgeous, not women. Bits and bytes is what it's going to be. But how is that any different from what the current real world girls are offering on the internet? Because, I mean, okay, they may be real world girls, but they're not in person. It's all digital. And whereas you have somebody, it's a robot, it's a machine, it's software. I was going to say it does need electricity. That is true. So there is some processing power, but it's a fraction of a human and it's 100% reliable. It doesn't need to sleep. It kind of a little bit needs to eat. It doesn't have, oh my God, my son just puked and I have to go to the daycare. And the consumer at the other end can't tell the difference at the end of the day. Even when I swore Rollo interviewed Andrew Tate. I could be wrong. And Andrew Tate, correct me if I'm wrong, was talking about how they had basically their OnlyFans girl equivalent where there'd be one girl filming and they'd say, reach over and act like you're typing into the keyboard. Because behind the scenes, what you didn't see was like 4 or 5, maybe even 6 guys, depending on how popular that girl was, responding to the texts. And then there's an ear mic and they say, hey, do this thing with your body because this guy paid extra money. And she'd do the thing. And then that guy thought, oh, she's talking to me. No, you're not. Now that that's out, there's no relationship, this parasocial relationship, that's gone. So what's the difference? Even some guys are starting to get to the point where, well, first, there was no relationship. You're talking to a guy on the other end. They're okay with having an AI bot, right? And isn't that what you girls at Bumble were doing? Like you're going to have Bumble AI bots talk to the dating guy's AI bot, and then maybe your AI concierge, whatever. There's no human interaction. Some guys are okay with the AI interaction. You girls are okay with your AI boyfriends too, I hear. So now that it's an indistinguishable service, probably better. This guy knows they're going to come out with indistinguishable AI girls. for Nebraska. These AI girls are going to interact just as authentically and equivalently as the real girls did in the OnlyFans era. Not at all. I mean, let's be honest. Some guys are okay with that because it's something. I mean, this is where I would love to have TFM's take on this. I would love to have his take on this. The only guy I think that has a healthy relationship with the sex doll, to be perfectly honest. And I think this guy knows. He's like, wow, yeah, we can't compete with this. We gotta deal with girls who don't know how to plug in a computer. We gotta deal with girls who I just want to take. Can I just like I don't want to like username password. What's a router? Oh my god, I'm Trisha. I'm a pretty girl. I don't have to do anything. Isn't that the case? Like all the big time celebrity, Instagram, not Instagram, OnlyFans, but isn't there usually a guy or their husband managing it? Shocking number of these gals are married. I think this guy sees the right look. The guy who set it up is a genius, and he's made a fortune. And maybe there's a way to make some profit off of it, but he's like, "Yep, this is coming down the pike. I got to cash in now." I hope he saved his money. I really hope he did. But yeah, so what was it? Company sole shareholder Leonid Radvinsky bought OnlyFans. Oh, he bought it in 2018. Paid himself $1 billion in dividends in the past 3 years. So 333 million. Let's just do a quick. Okay, 333 million times a PE. Well, it's not publicly traded. What's the S&P 500? You idiots are trading at 27. I was going to say 15 because that's historically what it would be. But it's privately owned, so you take a discount on that. You know what? Let's do it like they would in the old. Let's just take the 26 PE ratio. All right, 8.6 billion. There it is. He's not wrong. That valuation is in the ballpark. I mean, I'd take a little bit off for it being private company, so maybe 7 billion. But I just averaged the past 3 years of dividends. I'm sure it's been growing. I think this guy is right. I think this guy is right to get off. If some of you finance bros, private equity cut costs, increase private, go pay your $8 billion for it. I hope there's no debt on that company and you just saved your money, man. I hope you are wealthy and enjoying life, sir. OnlyFans and Forest Road declined to comment. London-based interest company has drawn interest from several suitors in recent months. Talks have been held at least since March, the people said. 3 sources said the deal could be reached in the next week or two. The sources also cautioned that there was no certainty a deal would be struck and requested anonymity ahead of official announcement. An initial public offering is also being considered, 3 of the sources said. The company's sole shareholder is Leonid Radvinsky, Ukrainian-American, whose location could not be confirmed. Last year... How much do I want to? Okay, this is the last bit. Last year, Reuters published a series of investigative stories on OnlyFans that documented complaints in U.S. police and court records that child not doing good things to them crime, material, and non-consensual Nebraska has appeared on the site since 2019. I'd imagine that's a problem. I'm sure they're against that, but I'm sure some non-well-intended people abuse the platform. Series also identified cases of fornication traffickers using the platform to abuse and exploit women. Isn't that the whole thing with the Tates? Which they're not in jail, right? They weren't found guilty so far, right? No, they haven't been found innocent, right? That's still going on, huh? Nebraska makes OnlyFans untouchable for many big banks and investors, the sources told Reuters, because due diligence might find illegal content such as child not good stuff, trafficking victims, and non-consensual Nebraska. See, and this is where you just all you finance firms should just become AI. You should be replaced by AI. Same thing with principals. Oh, he chewed a Pop-Tart in the form of a gun. We need to expel him. Zero tolerance policy. Well, then we don't need principals. We need principal bot. Op. You have violated the policy. You are expelled. Op, op, op. This has boobies and tits. We are not allowed to do that. Op, op, op. A savvy banker would be like, yeah, okay, I know, but that comes with the territory. Let's finance it anyway. Oh, but our policy, then you're not a leader. Then we don't need you. If we just have policies, we can write a code to replace you. And then we just all follow the mighty policy. Oh my God, investment banker bot, you are so smart in following the policies. And since when did you finance bros give a shit about ethics or the law? Why don't you go suck some more tax dollars out of the taxpayer's tit while you're at it? Fuck out of here. New York Post, media, renewable energy, blah, 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 blah. Its ventures that include Formula E racing. I don't care. The only thing I'll add to what is wrong with my computer? I swear to God, something's wrong with the computer. It's just going real slow. Hang on. Let's do Control Alt Delete. Let's see what's going on. Task Manager is system interrupts happening. The calculator. What's going on? Task Manager. Why are there 12 processes running in Google? Oh, there it is. Anti-malware service executable. That one's always a hog. Can't wait to go to the next. The only thing I'm going to point out is it was akin to back when I was a younger man. If I was doing well financially and career-wise, I knew there was a recession or bad times coming because it always happened. Like if I was doing well, then something bad was happening. The dot-com bubble, the housing bubble. And I talked about this. Who was it? Was it the animator? Like DEI. DEI was a bubble. For all you people who became DEI consultants and DEI writers, or you were just an affirmative action hire, you had to realize that the good times are now over. Kind of like the dot-com bubble. And everyone got pissed off that they lost their jobs. And all these DEI hires got pissed off they lost their jobs. And all these creatives got pissed off because the financing has dried up. What you should be is incredibly thankful that you got paid for a horseshit, make work, bullshit job. You should be eternally thankful that for a 4 or 5 year period of time, whether it was a dot-com or housing or whatever, that you got to be employed. And I was one of those people. I worked for a dot-com. I was a finance director. And I made a pretty good salary for about 2 years. And then it went away. You got to realize it's the same thing here for you ladies. I'm not kidding. That AI was so convincing. I'm thinking like, yeah, I don't think this AI, and here's the other thing. A lot of you gals weren't making that much money on OnlyFans either. But my larger point is the digital sexual marketplace, the digital sex industry is over for real women. Because there's not guys. Let's just be honest about that. It's over. It hasn't hit bottom. It's not collapsing, but it's on a downward trend and it's kind of over. And you should be thankful that for the past, how long has it been? 10 years that you could do this? You should be thankful that this bubble happened. You know, there was the gold rush and you sold gold panning and mining equipment to the gold people. You made your fortune, hopefully you saved your money, but this looks like it's coming to an end because the service can be 100% fully replaced with near free AI creations. That's the risk of being on a digital marketplace, or I shouldn't say digital marketplace. Your service is digital. I never really thought AI would be a threat to much of anything. I think the threat of AI is overhyped, and a lot of lazy people are using it as a justification for UBI. But after looking at it, like, yeah, you girls can be replaced. I mean, you could offer better services, like, I don't know, like actually talking to the person. Maybe some of you actually did offer one-on-one conversations. I know that's painful. I know it's time consuming, but I think this product is coming along and it's superior in as so far it exactly replaces you for a much, much lower cost. whichever platform that may come up to be. I've even thought, like, you can even see it in some of these YouTube videos that are documentaries. I learn about whatever astrophysics and all that. I was watching a documentary on the 101st Airborne, and I knew it was AI because it said the 100 the 10 first. That's how the AI bot would say, no, the 100 first, or no, 10 first. It separated the 10 from the first, the 10 first Airborne. I'm like, that's AI. Well, look at how much traffic it's got. I mean, sometimes it does better than real people reporting on the real thing. I feel bad I really like, oh, why can't I remember his name? He's bald. He's got a beard and glasses. Not Raymond Thoughts in Mind. He's British. Simon Whistler, is it? I really enjoy his shows. He's got like 85 different channels. He might have to worry about that. He might actually be I don't think so. I think people enjoy his personality, the human being there. But yeah, this digital sex industry is over now, or it's on its way out. There will always be remnant amounts, demand, sure, fine. And then it got me thinking, because let me tell you now, I'm going to tell you a story. Now, I'm out with my younger buddy. He could kick my ass hiking. We did Ferris Bueller's Day Off. We did 2 separate hikes. We went and got donuts at Pink Box Donuts. We went swimming. What did we do? We just tore up Vegas. It was a grand old time, like having a full day off. But then we also went to the cigar lounge. And this is not the cigar lounge I attend regularly. There's nothing wrong with the cigar lounge. I like it. But part of its selling is that it has hot girls in lingerie behind the bar. So like, oh, there's cute girls in lingerie behind the bar. And if you've been to a Hooters recently, or just wait staff where there's supposed to be pretty girls, you're like, oh, that is a woman. She is behind the bar. She's wearing lingerie, but she is not hot. She's on the cusp of being hot. That is not hot. And when I've done the demise of Hooters or Twin Peaks, Tilted Kilt, Hooters in particular decided to become political and go woke and do all that shit. So that's why it's more controversial. But a lot of those are going belly up. And in general, due to private equity taking over, in general, economic headwinds against sit-down restaurants. But everyone keeps pointing out, and I keep forgetting to factor it into my analysis, is that these hot chicks can just go online. If you're an exceptionally hot girl, which is what Hooters and the Tilted Kilt and all them and whatever strip clubs used to hire, they don't have to be there. And I don't blame them. There's no commute. You don't have to get pawed at. It's easier than a real job. But if AI is going to boot you all out of this digital sex industry, we might see a return of physically attractive women in real world physically attractive businesses, whether it's a Hooters or a strip club or the marketing shtick for a cigar lounge to have hot girls in lingerie serving cigars. We might see that. I'm not holding my breath, because if you look at the amount of money the average girl makes on OnlyFans, it's not enough to live on. But you might see, once the digital strip clubs start to close down and it's all digital girls, there's the real world. And you girls can still monetize your looks through various employment opportunities in the real world. I'm wondering, though, if they're just going to like, I don't want to do it. Because let's be honest, it is real work. It is a real job. Whatever you may think of modern day Hooters girls, they're showing up. They're doing the thing. They're doing their job. I mean, they're not losing weight. I saw one. I'm like, of course it was Florida. Like, what the fuck? Why are you even open? Why are you fucking open? Just close it the fuck down. But I could see in 5 to 6 years, even if girls do not leave OnlyFans, the digital versions, the digital accounts are going to come in and just they're going to lower wages. They're going to flood the market with equivalent, if not superior products. And then the overall wages are going to go down because I don't know if you knew this, ladies, because you keep voting Democrat. Let all the people in the world come in. Why are the wages low? Why can't I find a living wage job? Well, maybe if you didn't flood the economy with people. Don't mean to bore you with economics, but it will be the same thing on the digital marketplace. And wages might get so low, then you know where you can't be replaced, ladies? In the real world. The question, and this will be another great example of the real world, not forcing women, but making it known to women what the real world is look, you can go and get paid for your looks, but it has to be in person now. It's not a parasocial. It's not an online, all those safety factors considered as well. But you can, if you stay in shape, go work at Hooters or certainly in Vegas. Obviously, you don't have to dress in lingerie, but if you're a cocktail gal and you're pretty and you don't have tattoos, you can clean house in Las Vegas. Just being a cocktail gal. Certainly there's strip clubs and all that too. Those opportunities will exist. The question is whether you're going to take them, whether you're going to put in the effort to lose weight, stay attractive, not mar your body with tattoos and ridiculous piercings. In Vegas, if you do go to different casinos and the different restaurants within them, you will see, they're rare, they go there, young gals in shape, no stupid tattoos, and they're just doing regular old, no better, no worse service than I would get from a regular Chili's waitress back in the day. Do you know what they're making on tips simply because they're attractive? Dude, you could clear $100,000. The question is, do you want to do the actual real work? Because these guys, they're walking around, they're on their feet, they're in heels. This is not an easy job. It's not the world's hardest job. But the days of, sitting there on a webcam, hey guys, I don't think you girls would make that much money if that was your entire show. That's over. I think it's coming to an end. And maybe we get the days where there might be bikini models in the Sports Illustrated and they're not dudes. Maybe, I don't know, there's cute girls at the regular bar. Maybe there's a cute girl in a little lingerie outfit at the cigar bar or the sort of strip club bar in Vegas, whatever. There was a place called Cowgirls. It was a coffee store. I never made it. It was over on the west side. And it was cute girls in lingerie selling coffee. Simple. I'm sold. Let's go to Cowgirls. It's closed. Why? Because they probably could go online. That may be coming back. And for you feminists, you get to wrestle with the idea, well, here's this economic opportunity in your pro-sex work, which is generally what this field is, watered down version. Or, oh my God, we're being objectified. It's horrible. Men are pigs. You know whose problem it is? That you get to square that circle? It's your problem, not our problem. We don't get to deal with that. So very interesting on this forefront of the sexual economic marketplace. Very interesting things going on. Let's go to the super chats. Then Cappy's got to prepare to go back to the Northern Command. Hey, Chris. Chris, I hope you got that thing. I saw you signed up. Let me know if you got the passcode for the course for your daughter. Like Kevin Samuels used to say, when OnlyFans is shut down, Subway will be hiring. And thanks, the kid already started the course. Oh, good. Good for her. Watch it with her, please. Because she's still a kid. You have years of wisdom she doesn't, and so you should be able to explain things to her, even though you're not an accountant. So, well, yeah, it's because of this and because of that. So, Dr. Ligma Johnson, blood work is back. You're able to blood work is back. You're able to power walk up mountains due to a condition called bronchitis, which innately compels you to be surrounded by wood. Thank you, Dr. Ligma Johnson. Chris Surdak, $10. The AI apocalypse won't be like the Terminator. It'll be like Idiocracy. It's already happening. OnlyFans is basically the Baton channel. AI is now the Dunning-Kruger industrial complex. It's very interesting. I should have known it would have replaced it. I've even had discussions about it, but it didn't dawn on me. But yeah, there will be some. Look, I'll tell you this, AI is going to replace lazy and stupid people. It is. That it is good. Like, look, you girls, I'll tell you how to make it on OnlyFans. You got to have a motif. You got to have a shtick. No tattoos. Be cute and whatever. It's the French maid outfit or the nurse outfit, or maybe you just like you can't just. If you look pissed off, no guys, you're like, hi, what's going on? Make some brownies and a cute little bikini. I mean, it's very simple. But if you can't do that, yeah, AI is going to replace you. Spam bot fodder. Like, and just to show you, who can get replaced by AI? And almost the entire investment industry has been replaced by one of the earliest forms of AI? Financial advisors. Dude, bro, leverage, arbitrage. But no. How about I invest in the index fund and beat all your asses with no thought? An index. It beats all of you guys. I mean, automated underwriting, there shouldn't be analysts anymore. It should just be automated underwriting. And credit card companies have been getting to that point. You just enter some key data, they check your credit report, boom, you're qualified for this amount. Spambot, 5 Canadian. Joker, Better Bachelor, TFM, and others have predicted this. Yes, I am not at the forefront. These guys predicted it well before me, especially TFM. Ed Frothingham, thank you for the $50, Ed. You got nothing to say? You don't want to like, hey, you're a dickhead or something? There's no short joke? Know how I feel about taking money and not getting insulted. It's kind of weird. For your information, Bob, $2. Google Veo 3. Those girls are so screwed. I think maybe Veo 3 is the video. Okay, how many videos are there? It was just a little, not a little girl, a young woman, small, petite. Hey, how you doing? Ba, 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 ba. And then, but if you don't like the way I look, she's a brunette. This is, you won't be able to, and we're coming. I was like, whoa. And I didn't make the connection. And women aren't screwed. They're just going to have to go work a real job. Oh my God, that means screwed in their world. Everyone, not just women, everyone's abhorrence of work, your fear of labor is what keeps you miserable. This is not like the 1700s where you got to toil in the field and give half your thing to the king and then maybe get, have to fight off the Mongol horde. It's not that hard to work, guys. Ladies, if you're good looking and show up on time and you got a good skill, millionaire, like in today's dollars. Reen, our good buddy, $5. Winter is coming to be at all the black female DEI hires in government until the Democrats get elected. Then they're just going to fire up the welfare jobs program. Understand DEI is just the excuse that they give other people money. Same thing with the nonprofits they've been running. Oh, we're going to help out whatever, this group or that environmental cause. It's all been a big money grift to take money from the taxpayer. And what's sad is half you taxpayers believe it. Isn't it odd that after spending, $40 trillion on poverty and disparities between groups of people, whether it's race or gender, like nothing works? It's because all the money goes to these nonprofit workers and the Democrat politicians. And I'm sure some Republicans do some, conservative nonprofit shit too. Just stop giving the government money and go solve the problems in your own community. But that would take work, and I want to sit on my ass and smoke pot and collect welfare. Well, then have a fucking shitty life. I don't care. The OnlyFans girls, Joker did a recent video on men needing to switch to a trade job. I don't know if you need to switch to a trade job. There's still demand for like higher end white collar, accountants, engineers, doctors, although doctors are kind of more of a trade. But yes, going forward, I would be, if I had to choose between a really good engineering degree, say electrical engineering, which you'll probably do fine with, versus becoming an electrician, I go the electrician route. And it's not even necessary for employment prospects. It's that, okay, now I can wire my own home and build my own home. I'm very big on people learning to build their own home now, kind of like the Amish. And no one person has all the skills and trades to do it. But if you can build, say, 30% of your own home and you're not getting taxed on the labor, right? To build a home now, you got to work, pay 38% of your money in taxes, and then with the remaining 62%, go buy tradesman or a home or something like that. Whereas if you just build it yourself, 100% of your labor you spend building your home, goes to you. The government can't tax your labor of you building your home. And Chris, $10. Cappy, there was a ruling this week. AI corporations tried to get First Amendment immunity and a court said no. Now they face strict liability laws if the products cause foreseeable harm. It's a big deal. Chris, can you email that to me? I know in a $10 excerpt on social media. Email that article to me because I'd like to know what the ramification. Rush, what's up, man? You don't have to give $50. You're a regular. 50 generous dollars from Rush, our East Indian agent in the field. I think most guys are going to have AI girlfriends eventually because women nowadays are just not worth it. Look, right now, or not right now, for I'd say at least a decade, men's main sexual partner has been Nebraska, right? Not to be crass. How many times have guys had orgasms to Nebraska versus with a real woman? So their sex lives are not even with real. That's been the case for a long time. The AI, I hate to kind of put it this way, because women aren't, and it's perfectly fine. It's their choice and their right. Women are not interested in being your sex toys or your romantic partners in general. They're not interested in being a traditional wife. They view that as degrading, and they frankly don't want it. You could argue why they got to that point. Doesn't matter. They don't want that. So they're not even in competition. So since they're not even entering a product in the market of competition, any surrogate is going to do better. Any substitute good is going to do better. And AI girlfriends are programmed to be nice. That's how simple it is to replace the non-existent product that you're generally getting from girls. You might find a girl who likes you, loves you, is really nice. Yeah. Okay, but the vast majority of your experience with women have been rejection. And for the most part, women are not interested in becoming what men would want. And therefore, think how sad this is. But it behooves no obligation on women's part. But an AI software that is programmed to be nice is better than what you're going to get in the real world. Only again on account the women are just not that interested in providing what men want. And again, it's their right. But you could probably have a better conversation with AI. Oh, let's just be honest. You could probably have a better conversation with AI than most of the mouth-breathing, knuckle-dragging idiots known as Americans today. What are we going to talk about? Sports ball, bro? Bro. Dude, bro, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go AI best friend and AI sexy girlfriend. You're like, I mean, I got to take the shot. I'd have a better conversation with AI best buddy or AI buddy than I would DT, right? Because, it requires you show up to have conversations, right, DT? Seriously. Like, you can't get your friends to come out like, hey, AI chum, hey, what do you think about this? Oh, AI bot says, AI chum says, and then AI chum is programmed to insult you, like call you a dickhead and make fun of your height or your penis size. Good old AI chum. Women are just not worth it. I'm not saying this because I'm against women. I'm just saying because that's what I've seen based on internet and socialization. It's not that women aren't worth it. They're just not that interested. There are some women that are out there that if they would go into the marketplace, they might be surprised. They find you, Rush, and you find them like, oh my God, I had no idea you existed. Girls are not that interested in dating and courtship. They are more, again, look at the polling data. Go get the book of numbers, analyze the ROI in the pursuit of women. Women are not putting their efforts towards finding relationships with men. It's fine. It's their life. So they may not know, but it's not that. How many instances have you had to go out with girls? That's what I'm saying. And yes, in your defense, most of the time I went on dates, they weren't worth it. So I'm trying to be as fair and accurate and empirical as possible to describe the reality of what's going on. But then you look back like, yeah, girls just really weren't that interested. They were so bored. They were so indifferent to us. And you get a girl every once in a while, she was on board, but then they're usually crazy. want to have 5 fucking kids. Like, oh, really? Where's that money going to come from? Peter Stoyanov, 50 Bulgarian levs. I saw a VEO 3 debut. Very impressive. 1 year more, and normies won't be able to tell what is AI and what is real. Politics is done. Yeah, that's another thing where I'm real skeptical what I see on the internet, like social media. I'm like, is that real? Did that person really say that? I've decided to buy popcorn packs wholesale. I expect the whining and screeching to reach orbit swiftly. But how would we be able to tell the difference between that? Like, even here's another. Okay, TikTok girls, those are generally real. Are they faking it or are they doing it for clicks, right? And at that point, what does it matter if you're AI, a professional wrestler lying, or you're an NPC just regurgitating talking points that effectively makes you a human AI? There's no difference between the three. There's AI, there's NPC, which is a physical human brain, but it is programmed exactly like a computer to say AI bot things. And then there's what would we call it? The actors or the charlatans who, oh my God, I can't believe that my husband divorced me after I was caught gangbanging the entire Detroit Pistons team. It's all fake. So why not have AI, which is pleasant and nice? And hi, Bob, how you doing? How was your day at work today? It was great, girlfriend bot. So even if it were to be whining and complaining, how could we tell if it was sincere or authentic? What you're going to see, I think you're going to see a lot of guys retreat from once we start realizing it's all theater and bullshit, or you can't suss out what's real. A lot of guys, yeah, they probably will just retreat to the Nebraska and their AI girlfriend, who whatever is programmed to ask about his day and say, you're a nice guy and pat you on the head. And then, I don't know, move on to other things. Naughty DJ Aftershock, $2. I'm willing to insult you for cheap. Gary Coleman. Didn't he die? Like tragically young? Orbus, $5. I would love to see AI automate the managerial class, the upper management where I work are TARS. You could replace most of these executive leaders. I mean, the company would go bankrupt because you need human beings to stay on top of changing human demands and tastes and preferences. But I mean, Bob Iger, Andrew Wilson, the two that come to mind, a movie company and a video game company. I'm like, you have no original ideas, do you? You have no original thoughts. None. Okay, we could replace you with some code. Rush, I had a high school friend who did OnlyFans, but now stopped doing them and is now an apartment manager. She was in the Navy. Well, how many careers is she going to have? Well, if she was in the Navy, why didn't she take the GI Bill and go do something productive? And yeah, most gals don't make a living wage on OnlyFans. They probably could if they put the effort into it, but effort, OMG. Zero, $5. Yesterday, I replaced my radiator hose, batteries, terminal, and engine valve cover gasket. Surely Becky can do the same since she's strong and independent. Radiator hose, battery terminals. Depending on the car, that's actually not too hard. I'm not dissing your work. I mean, I'm sure it took a couple hours, but the average person could do that. Yeah. Oh my God, my nails. Johnny Vegas, 20. What is it? Are you guys like charitable today or something? Was it the holiday? Johnny Vegas, $20. Brother from a browner mother here. Who was our browner mother? Been a fan for some years now. Low voltage, fellas. If you can get in with good union or private company, there's good money and needed for the future. Yeah, just in a world. Hear me on this. You're this young guy. You're 18. You're on your own. Dad rightly kicked you out of the house. Go out and work. And so now you're in this electrical union apprenticeship and you're taking courses and you just, it's like, it would almost be like a little commercial. Wake you up, we get woke up and you make your food and you drive your crappy car and you learn electrician stuff. And then you go on there and then you work late into the night. Oh, sweat brow. And you go back home and I think there was like a Japanese commercial like it. There's a little hologram girl. And while that's going on, this hologram is texting you like nice pleasantries over the day. When that first came out, I was furious. I'm like, this isn't real. It's not. And it's not real. But looking at what the alternative is, having a synthetic form of support at home, even if it is an AI bot, would be nothing. That would be better than nothing at all. So I've kind of, I still am disgusted with the fact that it's not a real human being, but I can see where having a digital cheerleader cheering you on would be a positive. And then you chat AI girl bot and I don't know how this is where you got to talk to TFM. So there's the texts that come in, but where does I guess the AI resides on the internet. It's not on your computer. I mean, you could put it on your computer. And then there's a visual interpretation of her through the video, the VEO3. There's visual, text, audio. How does it merge into one? And it can't. I don't think it can. But it's all digital. I'm sorry. Let me get to the rest of it. There's gonna be so I could see, and then he comes home, and there's like AI girl bot, right? And just says pleasantries, and like you're sitting there, like there's a little speaker, and it can talk to you while you're eating. I'm not kidding. It's that bad. It's that bad. There's a market for that. Like Siri, I guess, except you could, it's not a politically correct entity. Real $5. I'll buy the rationale about women. I'll buy the rationale about women having no obligations when they do anything approaching an equal share of society sustaining labor. I've seen some women, they are capable of it. Of course, they're a minority. And when you look at things like the trades, go look at A World Without Men, an analysis of an all-female economy. The Bureau of Labor Statistics might still have the data there. Women are in the singular digits, between 8 to 2% of linemen, welders, carpet, things like that. There are some. I believe women could do it in more numbers. You guys just got to stop bailing them out. You just got to no, I'm not fixing your car. No cars, no computers, no carpentry. Sorry, you got to figure that one out yourself. I'm building my own house. I'm not building. No, I won't help you move. No, you can't use my truck. You got this. It's not even no, you can't have it. It's like, no, I'm too busy doing my own stuff. And it's more of a, no, that's your problem. It's not that you're a woman. I'd say with the same thing with guys. No, I'm not helping you move. No, I have my own things to do. That's your problem. You have to deal with that. Find your dad, find somebody else, but not me. Reen, $5. What do we do when AI replaces all the lazy people? They won't just go away. What do we do with them? What do we do with them? Here's my theory. They will continue to breed because we give losers money to breed. And then the parasites will outnumber the producers, even with AI technological advancements. Even that system will crash. That would be my prediction. Real, $2. AI equals crap. Heed the space pope. Don't date robots. Smooth Bandit, $5. The AIGF service will be full of ads. Oh, you're right. We're not cynical enough. Dude, Smooth Bandit, you get comment of the day, man. You're right. It will be full of ads. It will be. She's going to nag me to buy a newer model car, isn't she? It's going to be so authentic. Sir, I salute you. It would have to be open source like Linux. There's no ads. There's no Chris, $10 again. Cap, the problem with AI cheerleader is it learns how gullible you are. Then it can and will likely turn on you. It's in the math. Some of us have been worrying about it. No. You find it's not a girl. This isn't a human. This is software. It's code. Just to have it programmed to treat you nice. TFM has done this with some kind of AI language programming. His girlfriend Celestina has been AI for years now. He's really the expert to talk about this. But you don't, and then so what? Let's say it's like, I want to major in women's studies and I hate men and down with the patriarchy. You just turn it off or delete the program. Rashiel, as long as it doesn't get access to the nuclear codes, we're fine. Rashiel, $2. Are women more interested outside the USA? You mean, are the women overseas more interesting? I don't know. I know in some countries, the more traditional. Rush, I don't know if you've gone. I mean, I presume you're American. Have you gone back to the homeland? I have no idea. And it is going to be highly dependent on the women. I would absolutely not trust Slavic. I mean Slavic, but Russia, Ukraine, and Belarus. No, I know guys got screwed by. There's so many marriage scams coming out of there. I wouldn't trust that. Are they more interesting? I know more traditional in some places, Latin America, traditionally Catholic countries, Asian countries, sure. But more interesting? I'm trying to think what groups of women I've found interesting. And I don't think the ones I found interesting, you know what the variable is? It's not their ethnicity or where they hail from, it's their IQ. The smart women are more interesting. Like, for example, Mary Jo. She beautiful gal, whatever, but she's like this smart ass little sister that I never wanted. And I wish I could return back to the Dominican Republic, but she's here now, unfortunately. I could spar with her. She's an interesting person. I've had female friends where they're like, wow, yeah, hey, they're almost one of the guys. They're all smart, super smart. And I love that intellectual sparring. So, but I haven't seen a correlation like, oh, Latinas tend to be this, or Scandinavian type of people tend to be that. I haven't seen it. The one variable was IQ or intelligence. Rob Yamant, 5 Brazilian reals. Hi, Cappy. Brazil. How does one get into accounting from abroad? I'm from Brazil. Could AI replace accounting? AI can replace some of the lower level things of accounting. It also depends on how simplified your tax code is. So the simpler the tax code, yes, the higher the chance that AI could replace that. There is a little bit of concern. How does one get into accounting from abroad? You're from Brazil. I hate to sell my product again, but well, okay, let's reverse a little bit. You could get into accounting in Brazil. It's generally the same principles and rules. Accounting doesn't change much no matter which country. It's double entry accounting. It's founded by 2 Italian monks. You can look up the very boring history. So if you know accounting in Brazil, you know accounting in Indonesia, you know accounting in the United States. Where it gets a little different is the tax code, obviously, and then how you present your financial statements. I know the Scandinavian countries do it a little bit different than American and British companies. I don't know how Brazil would do it, but you're really just moving pieces. You're just presenting the financial information slightly differently, but all the accounting that goes into deriving those financial statements is the same. Even you guys have fixed assets, you have accounts receivable, it's in Portuguese. So if you learned accounting in Brazil, you would have the same fundamental skills to apply that anywhere. If you wanted to get accounting in America, you probably want to get a degree from Western Governors University or some accredited school online in the United States. You have a bachelor's of accounting degree, you have bachelor's of science in accounting from an American university. Then he even though he's from Brazil, he has a U.S. accounting degree. Then how you get work in the United States, that's difficult depending on what you want to do. If you just want to do bookkeeping, yeah, you could do that. You want to do taxes, now you either got to become a CPA or an enrolled agent. And there's various hurdles to foreigners wanting to do that in the United States. So what I would do, it's up to you. You don't have here's I'm going to assume if you're in Brazil and you're a young man, you don't have thousands of dollars to waste. Why don't you research? Because it also depends on if the U.S. has a treaty with Brazil or the accounting industry has an agreement with Brazil. Why don't you go and research as a Brazilian How do I become an accountant or do taxes in the United States? Why you do some research. If you still can't find the answer, because I couldn't do 178 countries, still can't find the answer. One of the last chapters in my book, or my course, The World's Greatest Accounting Career, it's available on Teachable. It addresses some pathways for foreigners to be able to do taxes and accounting in the United States. However, just to save you the money, because I'm going to assume you don't have the money, but you do have the time, go and research that. There are some pathways to do it. But yes, you can do bookkeeping. It's the issue of doing taxes. And Yob, they don't have to know you're in Brazil. Your name is no longer Yob. Your name is Jerry. Jerry Anderson from Pantucket, New Jersey, or wherever the hell Pantucket is. They don't, you just, cherriesaccounting.com. They don't need to know you're Brazilian. I mean, you're speaking English pretty well. And then, yeah, could AI replace accounting? Some aspects of it, yes. Yep, some of it. All right, that's it. Thank you for all the very kind donations. Cappy's got to go. I'll see you guys later. Toodles.